Hi everyone, welcome to the daily current affairs session brought to you by Ekam IAS. Today is 19th October 2018 and we'll be seeing some topics, that is Kerala to become the first smoke-free state of India, smoke-free state of India. The Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana and in collaboration with NRLM is going to establish a Roshni. We will see the deep details of that. Then we have the Dharma Guardian. It's a joint military exercise. Yesterday we had learned hand in hand. Then we have India-US issue, that is H4 visa. It is something related to H1B visa too. Again in science and technology, uterine transplant baby. India have got the first uterine transplant baby and it is world's 12th baby to be born like that, and we will see that. And one Hyperion, that is something related to space. So let's start, and among map we will be having this Tripura, that is Ramsar site, Rudra Sagar Lake. So let's begin today's session. Kerala set to become the first smoke-free state in India. Actually, smoke-free means not smoking, not that tobacco products, but it is something which is related to cooking. So conventional usage of firewoods and all those stuff for burning in the kitchen is being transformed into LPG connection. So a major oil companies are mulling for 100% LPG penetration in the state of Kerala, so that making every kitchen, almost 99% of the kitchen in Kerala in the state using this LPG connection instead of this normal firewoods and all those burning kitchens. So this is a very good initiative. Actually, the major cause, one of the major causes of this lung cancer and other lung diseases is this household smoke from the kitchen. So India is facing that, one of the major reasons, because all over in India, if you see, so that is why this Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana was launched, to make every household get this LPG connection at a subsidized rate. So this target, actually this particular target for the Kerala to become the first smoke-free state, almost all the villages and mofussil towns as well as major cities have already achieved the target. Most of them have already achieved the target. They are on the verge to become the smoke-free. We have lots of smoke-free villages, smoke-free districts and smoke-free towns in Kerala, if you see the state details. And Kerala is one of the highest, Kerala is the state which has one of the highest LPG penetration among other Indian states. And estimates say that 1 crore tons of poisonous smoke, 1 crore tons of poisonous smokes and almost or more than 25 lakhs trees have been saved with the usage of this LPG. This smoke will definitely, trees are to be cut for this firewood, as well as it releases unburnt smoke, unburnt carbon and this particulate matter, etc., polluting the environment, causing many lung diseases to especially the women in the household. So we have already saved 1 crore tons of poisonous smoke as well as 25 lakh trees with the usage, with the penetration of LPG in the state. Here the implementation of Ujjwala Yojana have one of the most biggest results. And regarding Ujjwala Yojana, it was launched in 2016 May 1st and by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry, and the initial target was 5 crore connections by the end of March 2019, but it has already achieved that in time. We have already achieved that, and the target was revised to 8 crore connections by the end of this FY 2019. So that was the news about Kerala becoming the first smoke-free state. Regarding Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana and National Rural Livelihood Mission, they have collaborated this day, DAY NRLM in collaboration with Lady Irwin College, which is in Delhi University, have signed an MOU for establishing Roshni. Now, what is Roshni? Roshni is a center for women collectives, all together. So, women collectives led centers or social schemes will be having a center, common center called Roshni. So, which will be technically and financially supported by the UNICEF in India, and a major concentration will be to provide this awareness among the women about health and nutrition, the economic, political and cultural aspects, the financial aspects, the health benefits, the pregnant mothers, etc. So entire that woman and child thing will be covered, will be given awareness about this rural and as well as other women in India. And this Deen Dayal Upadhyay Antyodaya Yojana was launched, earlier it was known as Swarna Jayanti Gramin Swarozgar Yojana, that was to provide, livelihood mission means what it is to make them self-efficient. So it was to give an institutional platform for the rural poor, and it was released, launched in June 2011 by this Ministry of Rural Development, and majorly concentrating on the key word you should remember is the self-managed or self-efficient self-help groups. So SHGs, we know that, but we are aiming to make them self-efficient or self-managed, and other federal institutions, the Panchayat Raj institution, etc. And the target is to like reach 8 to 10 crore poor households in the country. So remember, Roshni, we have another scheme also, Nai Roshni. You have to find it out. Just revise from your memory what is Nai Roshni. Next is Dharma Guardian. Dharma Guardian is the, so yesterday we have learned about hand in hand, that is India-China military exercise. This is Dharma Guardian. Similarly, it is the first ever joint military exercise between India and Japan. So India, Japan and US is already having this Malabar. So that is different. Malabar exercise, it's a trilateral military exercise. This one, India and Japan is going to have the first ever joint military exercise, that is named Dharma Guardian. It will be conducted in this Mizoram, that is counter insurgency welfare school in Mizoram, and that CIWS is a school, actually it's a welfare school to prevent or to make this, neutralize this counter this insurgency. And emphasis will be given on interoperability of both the forces in both the countries. That is a very major thing. You have to remember the keywords: interoperability of forces in both the countries. You can write it in your answers also. And definitely deepening the strategic ties as well as closer defense cooperation. We don't have much defense cooperation with Japan. Majorly with Japan, we have agreements on other things like infrastructure development, road, rail transport, electronics, media, etc. It is first time that we are having a closer emphasis on this defense strategies and the strategic unity, etc. So remember, Dharma Guardian, Indo-Japan first joint military exercise. Next is something related to H4 visa. Now H4 visa, we have a concept called H1B visa. H1B visa is issued by America, US to those professionals. So that allows this American employers, the software technology or other service sector industries to hire people from other countries and give them good job, good salary, etc. So H1B visa is for the professionals. So India, lots of Indians, lakhs of Indians are dependent on this H1B visa. There was when the Trump administration came on, so they had cut short the viability of this H1B visa regarding the limit of numbers, etc. Many problems were there, adversely affecting the Indians. So H4 visa is something related to that. It is given to the spouses of this H1B visa holders. So who all are there with H1B visa, their spouses will get H4 visa. So they can also work there. Most of Indians are software giants or software professionals. Their spouses are also equally qualified, so they can also work there. So with the help of H4 visa is what they work in the US. So now US is planning to revoke the rule, revoke the number of the rule set by this Obama government to cancel away this work permits to this H4 visa holders. Now Obama had given special order to giving this H4 visa holders, giving the right to work in the US. Now the Trump government, this Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is going to cancel that order, revoke that rule, and which will definitely adversely affect the Indian spouses and those who are there having the right to work. So they won't be again now on work there. So this would affect Indians. H4 visa is issued to the spouse of H1B visa holders, and as I said, Obama had given a special order to work there, to giving them right to work there in the US. They are equally qualified actually. Now the thing is, it will impact more than 70,000 H4 visa holders, and this allows US employees. This H1B visa allows US employees to employ foreign workers in specialty occupations. Specialty occupations are those occupations where they need more technical knowledge, technical professionality, etc. So that is what specialty occupation means. In science and technology, we have uterine transplant baby. Now India's first uterine transplant baby girl, actually it is a baby girl, was born in Pune, and it is the first successful birth from a transplanted uterus. So see, the thing is just like heart transplant, liver transplant, lung this kidney transplant, etc., we also have something called uterus transplant. So in total in the entire world we have like 27 cases of uterus transplantation, and out of that only 11 numbers were successful deliveries. So this will become the 12th successful delivery in India. It is something which is of great importance of Indian medical field. So it is the first successful birth from a transplanted uterus achieved through an embryo transfer with a C-section. So that is something cesarean kind of a thing. The baby was just in the breech position. That means normally the baby will come out like head down and legs up. So this was just reversed. Legs were down and head was up, but still it was a healthy baby. It is a healthy baby actually. And regarding uterine transplant, it is born from a transplanted uterus, and this is the first in the world, was in 2002, and only 11 out of 27 were successful, as I told earlier, and this will become the 12th successful delivery. So with stringent laws on this surrogacy, this technology can help lots of women to get a surrogate child, or which is away from the scanner of the surrogacy law. And Hyperion, actually the European Southern Observatory, it's a part of this European Space Agency. They have found a galaxy proto-supercluster. So galaxies, solar system we have, and many collections of such system. It is called galaxy, and a huge collection of galaxies is called a cluster. So a bigger cluster, or the very large cluster, is called a supercluster. So this is a Hyperion is actually a galaxy supercluster. It's a massive collection of mini galaxies. So we can say it is like a mini universe. So ESO have found a galaxy proto supercluster and named as Hyperion, and this is the most massive structure in the early universe known to the date. So this will become what man have discovered. This will be the largest ever to be found out. So this has been found using ESO's this very large telescope. Now, very large telescope is situated at Chile, and this is operated by the European Southern Observatory, and 4 individual telescopes are there: Antu, Huyen, Melipal, and Yepun. So these are the names of their names in their traditional language in this Atacama Desert. And find out where is Atacama Desert. Generally used, actually these 4 individual telescopes are generally used individually, but when they are super together used, then you can produce a very large magnification and angular displacement, so that billions of light years away things can be researched on. So this will make, so remember some of the telescopes, like we have the 30-meter aperture telescope, we have this very large telescope, and China is also building one of the largest telescopes. So refer the names, have a comment on that. So entering into the map aided program, we have today the continuation of Ramsar sites. Today is Tripura. We have only one Ramsar site, that is Rudrasagar Lake. Yesterday we have seen West Bengal, and this was declared Ramsar site in 2005, and it is actually a natural sedimentation reservoir. Now rivers will carry sediments, and when they deposit it, then that river will turn into a lake if it doesn't allow flow of that. So this is this receives flow from 3 perennial streams. Actually, you have to these names are actually the local rivers of Tripura, and you have to find that out. I am giving you an assignment to find out which are the 3 perennial rivers or 3 perennial streams that are giving flow water to this Rudrasagar lake. Find it out and tell me. And it attracts a large number of birds. Obviously, that is why this is of very important. This kind of lakes, and large number of birds in winter, and Bayes pochard and this ferruginous duck are examples of these birds. So this is it. There in the red color we have the Tripura, and here in Tripura the western part we can see this Rudrasagar lake, and this is close proximity to Bangladesh actually. So if location is asked in any map kind of question, then you have to locate the position. Actually, this is in the western part of Tripura state. So winding up here, see you next time. Thank you.